rich women who got all this money but be having these bum ass wigs. Like, I always see, there's not a week that goes by that I see a woman on TV with a wig that looks like she got it from the store around, like got it from Amazon. And even Amazon be having good wigs from what I see.
So sit back and relax. Melanie P.
Is on a very low calorie, high protein diet. Be honest.
Come on.
Welcome to another episode of the That's Scary with Melanie P podcast. I am your girl, Melanie P, and we are here with another nightly episode, y'all. So before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all, your girl is a YouTube partner. Listen, y'all, oh my God, I'm hitting my hair. Anything to have some damn silence, Jesus. Your girl is a YouTube partner around these parts, and I am so excited for all that's going to come to the That's Scary with Melanie P family. Listen, today we are talking about all things hot topic. Let me just paint you guys a picture of where I'm at right now. I really wasn't going to come on today and record anything, y'all, but give me just a few minutes to vent. I wasn't going to come on here and record anything, but after the damn work day that I had, here's the thing. I was listening to Corinne Steffens, aka Elizabeth whoever, aka Superhead, y'all. I follow her on Instagram, and she really spoke a word to my heart this weekend. She was talking about how she leads a anti-work lifestyle. And when I tell you, she spoke to my spirit. She spoke to my spirit. Y'all, she spoke to my spirit. She was saying how someone asked a question about how she has such a unbothered, happy, just unbothered energy, unbothered lifestyle. And she was saying that she has a unbothered energy and an unbothered lifestyle because she has money. And when you have money, you can pay for things to make your life a whole lot easier. When you have money, you have access. People always, and I was so grateful that she kept it a buck, and she was like, listen, it's because I got money. It is because I have money. It's not because I'm sitting here meditating every morning. It's not that I'm sitting here just manifesting, and I'm sure she's doing all those things, but she kept it 100 and said, I lead a unbothered, happy life because I have money. She even went as far to say that she has what she calls a board of directors. You know, she has someone to come and clean her home. She has someone to train her. She has a chef if she needs it. She has someone. She can afford the luxury of having someone to do any and everything that she desires. If she wants to have, do Pilates, she can hire somebody to, help her do Pilates. If she wants to hire a personal chef, she can hire someone to make cooking easier for her. She just has, created and orchestrated a life of ease. And when I tell you that was meant for me to hear, y'all, I used to see like this psychic lady, and I've had two different psychics tell me this, and I never understood it until now. They said, you will never be fully happy as long as you are working a 9-to-5. They said that you will only be fully happy whenever you tap more into your creative side. And I'm like, damn, what creative side? Because I don't know how to do hair. I don't know how to paint. I don't know how to do any of these things, but it's all coming to me, y'all. So I'm going to say this for those of you who need to hear it. Go after what you're passionate about, man, because life is short and you can give your 8 hours a day to these people, but they don't care about you, y'all. And I really cannot even express that enough. Now, for those of you, because I know 2 people on this planet who actually love their job and, are eager to go to work. For those of you who are in that minority, go after your dreams. I'm all team 9 to 5 if that's what you want to do. But if you don't want to do that, you better work until you can do what you want to do, child. Period, point blank. Listen, I haven't even had I don't normally drink throughout the week anymore, but this job got me drinking a cocktail in the middle of the week. So y'all, listen, today we're just doing a plethora of different topics. I just wanted to get on, child, and just release, and do something that is for me and that scary family. We're talking about Clay and Serena Powell, Clay from Love is Blind. We're talking about Serena Williams and a lot of backlash that she's been getting lately. We're talking about the teacher who is now fired because he let his students take his hair out. And then finally, we might touch on a little bit of the new Housewives of Atlanta cast. And if we have some time, we might hit on Meek Mill, y'all. Meek Mill cannot catch a break. So I'm going to start out with Clay and Serena, y'all. Now, all on social media today, our friend from Charlotte, Clay from Love is Blind, came out with his new online boo, Serena Powell. Now, I didn't know who Serena Powell was. I could kind of put 2 and 2 together when I saw her picture, but I wasn't impressed and I was quite disgusted, but I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised. So I started doing a little bit of digging, a little bit of research, and basically she's just a Instagram model, Instagram thought, whatever you want to call her, God bless her. And Clay just became what we all was afraid that he was going to become. How many videos do I have to do about these men who are dating these women who are only dating them because they have money, and they low-key consider them stupid and would not look twice at them if they didn't feel like they could use them and use their money? So Serena Powell has been associated with rappers such as Snoop Dogg, Fabulous, Fetty Wap, DJ Academics. Like, she's really an industry pass around, and now Clay he got next. Now, my true feelings about this is that, Clay, he's not one of the stars to me of Love is Blind. I feel like when I look at some of the Love is Blind, gatherings, I never quite see him there. And I feel like what he is doing is trying to stretch his 5 minutes of fame. And listen, I don't blame him. I don't blame him, because at the end of the day, your 5 minutes going to be up quicker than you left our girl at the altar. But why you got to go down this road? Why? But I'm not even mad, because it's really what I expect. Like, what he is doing, who he's with, the woman that he's attaching himself to is really what I expect. I expect for a man that looks like him to end up, fetishizing, going after someone that doesn't look like his sister or his mother. Like, he fits the criteria. He tried to play our girl AD and talk about, he was worried about her finances and about, her money. He didn't see her working, but yet you move on to a Instagram model who just got her claim to fame from just fucking different rappers. Honestly, if you look up Serena Powell, she's just truly a thought pocket. She is problematic. She's, like I said, been associated with so many black rappers. Herself, she is white. She's a white woman. And at the end of the day, Clay, we thank you. We thank you for sparing AD. We thank you for being, a fuckboy that you are at this moment, and we aren't surprised. We didn't expect anything else from you. I wish you and Selena the best, and just wrap it up, because she gets around. Do a different direction. There was a teacher who has made its rounds, a video of him having his female students unbraid his hair. A teacher stirred controversy after seeking praise on TikTok for allowing his students to paint his nails and do his hair in the classroom. According to 2 reports, the teacher has been fired in the wake of the viral moment. A follow-up video confirmed that he's not currently teaching. TikTok user and science teacher Marquise White, who often posts popular teaching related content, shared multiple videos getting groomed while on the video that have collectively amassed 1 million views. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, he argued in the caption of the video, where girls surrounded him doing his hair. Teaching is a work of his heart. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to a black man, I always want to kind of try to be on his side as much as I can, if possible. Now, Clay, you don't count. But here's the thing. I tried my best to see a caring side of this, right? I tried my best to see a side of this where, black man who loves the children, being a great role model and just, befriending the children and, building a rapport with them and this, that, and the third. But here's the thing. If one of my daughters ever came home and told me that they was at school unbraiding any teacher's hair, whether it be a man, a woman, or anybody, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. And it has nothing to do with him being a man. It has nothing to do with him being a black man. And I wouldn't care if it was a woman. Like, I would never, ever want my child close enough to a teacher that they are grooming them. That is beyond inappropriate. And here's the thing. I saw a lot of people post on social media that, oh, this is only because he's a man. This is only because he's a man. They're only targeting him because he's a man and he's a black man. And I have to disagree. Because at the end of the day, you can build a rapport. You can show children that you care, that you're an ally, all these things, even that you're a cool teacher without them having to physically touch you. And if you're going to go that route, if something in you just feels like you have to go that route, why the hell would you record it? And I felt bad because, I ended up looking on TikTok and I saw that he was up there crying and nose running and snotting and, just saying that, he loves the kids and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, this to me is a black and white situation of inappropriate. Like, it's inappropriate. To me, you go to school. When I drop my kids off to school, I'm not dropping them off to do somebody's hair. Nevertheless, do a grown-up's hair, nevertheless to do a teacher's hair. Like, to me, it just opens the door to so many different inappropriate situations. Young kids, young girls can be very impressionable, and I just feel like there should not be any kind of physical contact, no matter how big or how small, when you are teaching a child, when you are the administrator over a child in school. There should not be physical contact. We don't live in a day, an age of where, the teachers used to beat the kids and the teachers, could harm the kids, honestly, and damn near get away with it. Like, we don't live in those times. And I feel like this was a poor taste of judgment on the teacher's behalf. And I feel like it just opens itself up to, well, damn, if he would let them unbraid his hair, well, what else would he do? And if he feels that comfortable to, give them a comb and eat food while it's all these girls around him, what else would he feel comfortable with? It just lends itself to too many different potential accusations. And I hate that, he has lost his job. I hate that he has this negative connotation around his name and his career. But it has to be a lesson learned, because to me, this was just a poor call. This was a poor call. And especially to record this going down. Like, these are not little kids. These are like developed, young girls who I'm sure have periods and things like that. And I hate to be that person that, is making them sound like they're just innocent, whatever. But at the end of the day, if I would not want my daughter touching nobody's hair, no grown adult's hair. And I feel like I don't get anything bad from the video in terms of like his energy. And, someone said that it was the end of the school year and they were just kind of being a little bit more lax, or whatever the case might be. But it just looks bad. I'm not going to lie. It just really looks bad. And what made you want to record it? And it doesn't make it look even, any better that he doesn't even look that much older than these kids. Now, I'm sure he's obviously he's an adult, he's a grown man, but it makes it look even weirder that they could be peers because he looks very young. So, I mean, it doesn't make it right, and he should not be judged because he has a youthful appearance. But at the end of the day, like, this is a poor judgment call, and I feel like if you feel that comfortable to let my child touch your hair and do your hair and you record it, what else would you feel comfortable with? Now, I don't think this should have been a situation where he should have been fired. I think this should have been a situation where it should have been a warning, maybe a situation where he should have gotten, maybe suspended or whatever they do for teachers. Maybe not fired, especially if he's as good of a teacher as, I've read, and he cared for the students as much as I've read. But I don't think this should have been fired. But also, you're a black man in the school system. And unfortunately, we don't have some of the same luxuries and the same leniencies that other people have. So I do wish you, Marquise, the best. And at the end of the day, try to take this 5 minutes of fame and monetize it and monopolize on it. And I don't know, learn from it. Write a book. Write a book, start an OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to be on camera so bad, start an OnlyFans, Next up, we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we have a new cast of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I don't know, I'm not excited about it. I am very excited about Portia coming back, and I'm very excited about, obviously Kenya coming back. I'm very excited about Candy not coming back. No shade. I like Candy, but she's a bore. Not as excited about Drew, just me being nosy about what's going on with her and Ralph, but she's kind of boring to me too. I love Kenya, I love Portia, and I love Shamia. Cynthia, she gives friend of the show energy, and that's fine. These new people, Angela Oakley, Brittany, Edie, and Kelly Farrell, I want to know what they're going to be giving. Now, obviously, Portia, Kenya, Drew, Shamia, and Cynthia are all friends. And typically, they try to pin Kenya against Portia. Now, I'm really hoping that this next season isn't going to be a season where it's the same old where Kenya and Portia are bumping heads and they're fighting. Like, I'm really hoping that this season it's not no Kenya Portia beef. And I also hope that it's not going to be a season where, there's an elephant in the room, i.e. Simon, because I feel like, when we first heard that Portia was going to be coming back on Housewives, she was the first person to say, now Portia Williams ain't coming back, but Portia Gabadia, she's going to be in the building. But obviously she's not going to be in the building. It's going to be the old Portia Stewart, or Portia Williams, or whatever name she go by. And so I really hope that they get into, the meat and potatoes of what truly is, happening and has happened with Simon and Portia. I don't know, call it me being naive, call it me being wishful thinking, but I just feel like Simon and Portia, their story is a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. Like, for some reason, it just seems so weird. I don't know. It's just hard for me to kind of wrap myself around the fact that they were in love on Monday and divorced and hating each other on Tuesday. It's just very odd. And I don't really put nothing past these reality stars, but I'm excited to see, I love Shamia and Portia together. I hope it's a situation where Shamia, I actually love Kenya and Portia together. I loved the couple of episodes where, Kenya had her baby, Portia had her baby, and they were like being new moms together, and they were talking and laughing and at the birthday party together. Like, I love to see Kenya and to see Portia being friends. Two beautiful, tall, dark-skinned girls just being beautiful and friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can go after the other women. Now, what would be a cackle is if Simon's ex-wife, Fallon, who I believe is friends with Kenya, if she came on the scene and if she was a friend of the show. Now, that would be everything. And Portia is under contract, so I don't know if she can like write out who she will and will not, you know, be friends with and will film with. Who we really want, and let's keep a buck, is Nene and Phaedra back. Now, I'm not as pressed with Phaedra. I think she's, you know, great. We need Nene back. Like, to me, Housewives will never be at its ultimate prime without Nene back. And that's just how I feel. So listen, I'm going to stay tuned for season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, the Housewives has not been giving me what I need lately. Potomac, like, this was the first season that I really wasn't even pressed to watch Potomac. I thought that was very dry. And I feel like the last season of Atlanta Housewives, I wasn't really feeling at all. So I'm hoping that, you know, with them giving Portia that big old contract and that big old check, that she's going to come and, you know, earn her wages, child, and make us want to tune in on Sundays. All right, y'all. Oh, this next one. Ooh, I hesitated on. Serena Williams, y'all. So I don't know if you guys watched the Met Gala, Fashion Police episode that I did with my friend Michael. But when Serena Williams came on the scene with her Met Gala look, there was a lot of side eyes about what she had on. And this lady posted a video about Serena Williams and about her wig, her look, it just everything that's kind of going in. I'm going to insert it here.
There needs to be a study on why Serena Williams always looks a goddamn mess. I ain't gonna give her too much because we know Serena Williams has experienced a lot of colorism and anti-blackness throughout her career. But me saying that she looks a goddamn mess is not rooted in colorism and misogyny. While it may not be constructive, it is a valid critique. It's really the wigs that do it for me. The wigs are always dry. They never really complement her skin tone. Her makeup always looks too damn light for her face. Her plastic surgery is unrecognizable. She got these damn fillers in her face, got her looking like Phaedra Parks. Her wardrobe is always ill-fitted. She never wears anything that complements her body. I'm tired of it. I'm almost positive that she has non-black people styling her. The people who are styling her do not know how to style dark-skinned black women. It's a fact. And then it's like, you're rich. Serena, you got way too much fucking money to be out here looking like this. You gotta represent. You gotta represent for the dark-skinned girlies. You've been looking a mess for the last 20 years, and I'm fucking tired of it. I want her to take that goddamn blonde hair out of her head. You're not Beyonce. It's not giving. I want her to go back to her roots and start wearing natural hairstyles. Start wearing braids. You ain't got to wear the beaded braids, but start wearing more braided and more like natural hairstyles. I think that would compliment you a lot more. She needs to get a black stylist, preferably a black gay male stylist, and stop trying to look like a white woman. I'm sorry.
Y'all, I just hate it that we are coming for our friend Serena. Where do I begin? Now I'm gonna start here. One thing I've never understood, say it twice, is these rich women who got all this money but be having these bum ass wigs. Like, I always see, there's not a week that goes by that I see a woman on TV with a wig that looks like she got it from the store around, like got it from Amazon. And even Amazon be having good wigs from what I see. So I'm gonna start there. This lady was coming for her wig. She was saying that, she's been a victim of colorism, meaning Serena, and that she didn't want to come for her in that way, but you got to call a spade a spade. And if you look back at my Met Gala episode, like I was, I didn't want to come for Serena. Like I didn't, because I feel like she is our treasure. She is the Black community's treasure. And I feel like she has been done dirty by a lot of the Black men. Like she tried and tried. She tried with Common. She tried with Drake. She tried with other Black men. And I feel like it's never really stuck. Now, I was looking on different social medias and I was seeing that, people had a lot of different theories. Like one person's theory was that, she wants to be white. She wants to, since her husband is white and her daughter is biracial, maybe she wants to appear more closely in appearance to her family. One of the other theories that I saw that I agree with was, makeup. Like I feel like whoever is styling her and whoever is doing her makeup is just not doing a good job. Then also it does look like she's had some fillers, some work done on her face, which is like, girl, like your face is stunning. Why would you get this work done? Now I will say, as far as her skin color, a lot of times Black women are accused of skin bleaching and skin lightening. But one thing we have to understand is that when you become a celebrity, oftentimes it comes with a makeover, and those makeovers do include chemical pills. And chemical pills, as we see in Charlemagne the God, it will brighten your skin. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you are bleaching your skin. However, when you look at Serena, it's the bright skin. And I will also say, just as a makeup person, that I think that in some of her pictures, her makeup is off. Her contour and her her face contour is too much. I want to know who her stylist and who her makeup artist is. You have to kind of go back and think back to when Serena and her sister Venus first came out on the scene. They was looking a hot mess. You know what I'm saying? They was looking a hot mess with their braids and with their beads and, and I don't want to say a hot mess. I don't mean that literally. What I mean is that they didn't come out looking like refined. They were very much a shock to the tennis culture. And you could tell that they didn't come from a family of like, oh, look neat or look, extra feminine. They were very much just athletes. And so they've been athletes since they were little young girls. So I don't feel like they ever really got into the fashion and feminine bag. And I just get the sense that that's something that's probably not, important and nothing at the top of their family conversation with their mom and sisters or whatever. I just feel like that's not their thing, and that's fine. But at this point, you having all that damn money and all that damn access, girl, you can get someone to help you with your looks. And I just hate it because, again, I hate to be, they often say, this is a conversation for in the house. Like, we don't want the others to hear us talking negatively about our people. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Serena, even Venus has stepped up her game. Like, Venus stepped up her game. She stepped up her dress style. She's the same color she's always been, it looks like. But I just feel like, there's a big problem in our community with self-hate. And I have to be honest, I don't think it's our fault. When I see people like Clay and I see people like, who else is there? Like Jeezy and all these other people. I feel like this stems from a lot of trauma. This stems from a lot of trauma within our community. How many of our parents, our moms have been like, don't have that baby outside in the sun. They're going to be black. You know what I'm saying? Like wanting to see the color of a baby's ears to see how dark they're going to be or how light they're going to be. Like this stems from trauma, and this stems from how we grew up. And unfortunately, this stems from something deeper than what we can even understand. And I'm really curious to see the direction that, this colorism conversation and this kind of self-hate is going to go. I don't know, because, I started to say you have people like, you have a lot of people who are pro-black in their music, and the first person I thought about was Kendrick Lamar, but then his wife is biracial. You know what I'm saying? So, don't preach to me if you ain't even listening to your own sermon. So I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a deeper conversation, y'all. I have been looking for someone who is an expert in the conversation around colorism to come on the show and educate myself and the listeners, because I feel like when it comes to like colorism and featureism and all these things, I feel like, I am definitely not educated to speak about that in depth. I don't really feel like I've ever, had issues with colorism, but because I am not educated as much on the topic, maybe I haven't, I just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, I love my brown skin child. But at the end of the day, it's a conversation, and I feel like it's horrible. It's horrible because Serena Williams has very, very broad, strong features, and she has features that people typically pay for. She got these big voluptuous lips, this beautiful brown skin, a very pronounced nose, a very athletic body. And don't get it twisted, like Serena Williams was always the woman that a lot of the black men was after, because she was a very voluptuous woman. But for whatever reason, it just never seemed to stick with her and, her black male counterpart. And it seems like she has just kind of, I think a lot of her boyfriends have been white before she got married, and especially Venus. I remember looking at a documentary about Venus Williams, and she was definitely dead set on being with a white man. So I think here's the thing. Here's some ugly truth, like Serena Williams. Oh, y'all, I hate to say this, but like, when you look at Serena and Venus, they're very much given black women. Again, if you think about them before they got rich and how they came out on that tennis court and, with their beads and their braids, I could see how women like them might have some type of, what I want to say, some type of, imposter syndrome, or some type of like, what's the word whenever you're not really clear up on who you are or confident in who you are, just, maybe some self-esteem issues, you know what I'm saying? Because they've always occupied a lot of spaces where they were the minority. And here's the thing. I mean, if you are used to being the only one in, your group all the time, then maybe you do start to, associate yourself more towards that aesthetic and that look. But girl, you ain't got to have these blind wigs. And if you're going to have a blind wig, child, at least get you a blind wig that goes with your undertones. You got all the money. You have all the money, honey. Like, I got a homegirl who can do your hair, child. Like, please reach out to me. But I want to say that this is coming from love. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, like, we talking about her amongst ourselves, but could you imagine what they're saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we just want our sis to represent herself in the best light possible. Now, one thing that I said on my Met Gala show was, she has these friends like Sierra and, Kelly Rowland and, all these other people, Lala, and it's like they all dress very nice. Their hair always looking on point. So I just wonder, what is the issue when it comes to Serena? Like, what's the issue when it comes to her and her style, girl? And she got a new makeup line, so it's like, girl, like, ain't nobody buying no makeup from you, and your makeup be looking a hot mess. But listen, y'all, it's been a long day. I'm on the road to my first 1,000 subscribers. Make sure you are sharing this content. I want to see how you guys feel about the items discussed tonight. How do you feel about Selena and Clay? How do you feel about the new Housewives of Atlanta? How do you feel about Serena Williams and her looks and what it's giving? And do you feel like, this is something that we need to just sweep under the rug? But listen, y'all, we will see you guys next episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share, comment, and we will see y'all next week.